up, YouTube? We're back. Another little update here. Obviously, a little change of scenery. Trans back in. We got the torque tube installed. We did give it a little test drive. No charge pipes hooked up. We did get another package today. We got this intercooler. I went with this about, I think this is 4-inch. So 3-inch inlet and outlet, but 4-inch thick. We got some color coming in here on the spa manifold, which is cool. I did drive it with the compressor housing off. So I did get a 2-inch to 3-inch 90-degree coupler. Unfortunately, that did not fit. So I'll show you here in a second. Sorry, gonna do this with one hand as best as possible. So just the orientation of the way the reverse rotation mounts kind of sucks. So it pretty much, I had it sitting like this, and then I also tried it downward, tried to rotate it up. It sat a little too close to the exhaust manifold. So what I ended up deciding on is this is gonna get chopped off, and we're gonna get a 90 welded onto the compressor housing, which kind of sucks. But I am currently waiting until next Monday. It is, what's today? November 4th. 11th is the day that I probably will be dropping off the car for all the welding, fabrication, and all that. Probably will get the intercooler mounted up. On the turbo cars, we do have these two 10 millimeters under here. I don't remember what those were for, but I'm probably going to try to make a bracket, so it'll screw from the stock, that bolt, those two 10 mils. So roughly, I mean here, obviously I'm gonna have to measure. So we'll bolt it up there, and then we'll make a little metal piece to go to the intercooler so it'll hold it up. So that'll be good. But yeah, I did get in contact with a fabricator, said shouldn't be a problem. Hopefully should only take them maybe a week or two, so I can do some street logging with my tuner before it starts to snow here in Illinois. But yeah, it sounds sick, sounds great. Obviously sounds like a freaking one of those little popcorn machines that you push along while it is idling without a downpipe on. And then, you know, I did drive it here NA. It was a little sketchy. There were a lot of noises. Didn't bolt a lot of the exhaust hangers up because obviously that hasn't been installed yet. So this is my 3 to 4-inch Lindsay Racing exhaust, straight pipe. So it already does have a V-band clamp on the back for a muffler. So I was swapping in and out from the muffler to the straight pipe, like when I went to the track. Usually took me about 15 minutes or so, wasn't too bad. And then I'm gonna try to get a 3-inch V-band welded there so that it goes to the downpipe V-band there. So the welder was cool about it. He said he should be able to get all those stuff and get that all done. The coolant system is not bled. I did get it up to about 172 temps on the gauge. So, yeah, I'm not trying to get it hotter than 190 or 184 is what that thermostat is, temp is. So I don't want to do that. I don't want to get it that hot because these do have a tendency of popping head gaskets, and I would rather not have to take the head off. So I don't really run it for too long. I mean, the drive from my garage where I was working on the car to my house was about 5 minutes or so through the back roads. So yeah, I mean, everything's looking good. I don't know, for most of you haven't seen the car really posted up like this. I mean, whoever has seen it in the previous days at 944 Fest or something. But yeah, as for the interior, this is how I have this sitting now. Just shove this in there. just to hold on my drive home. Put the shifter back in real quick. I did not rebuild the transmission yet. I wanted to put new synchros in it. That might be a winter project. I kind of want to just drive it, make sure everything is good before, you know, start attacking other stuff. Like the interior, all the dash wiring needs to be fixed underneath the dash. And I do want to pull all the carpets, possibly replace all the sound deadening, pull that all out. I was thinking about doing something interesting with the interior, maybe replacing the carpet areas here with something that has a little more character. And then I was thinking about doing some custom switches here, wiring them to the Haltech. Not sure what I can do, because obviously I do have the power locks, sunroof. I don't remember what else I have. Power sunroof. I think this is the mirror one, but when I did wrap the car, I did not rewire one of them. I don't remember which one that was. And then I did break one as for the little tire cap holding that up. A lot of people have noticed it. They think it's pretty funny. So this is just temporary. This dash is actually pretty heavy, I'm not gonna lie. I did not expect it to be that heavy. I never mentioned that. So, but my plan is for the dash is to actually take the cluster out and then probably replace this in there, or get something like a 3D print that mocks this up here. Not sure how I can do that exactly without making any super heavy modifications to the dash. But I want to just kind of like put it inside there and then run this cable out, which disconnects to the computer, so you can edit all the screens and stuff and whatnot. So yeah, and then the dash wiring is just a mess. Obviously, we have all these radio wires from the guy who owned it before me that has been totally ignored in my entire ownership of the car. So I have owned this car for about 6 years, if I haven't mentioned that yet. Has been through a lot, has been on a couple road trips already, to and from 944 Fest a couple times. But yeah, I mean, we're making good progress. Everything's a mess, but we'll get there. So yeah, I mean, everything else, if anyone really has any questions, I mean, feel free to answer any questions to the best of my ability. As for the fuel rail, I did get the Nuke fuel rail from Belgium, I believe. My tuner did recommend that to me. I have the injectors also. Those are currently getting flow tested. And then we have to hook up. I have the fuel system figured out now. So I went feed line to the fuel pressure regulator across all the way over here, and it enters in the front of the rail. And then the back of the rail, I have another AN6 line ran with that one that goes to the return, which actually goes straight to the tank instead of going to the bottom of the fuel pressure regulator. So this is a proper return system fuel setup now, so that is good. And then did get the turbo coolant lines mounted. So I did go to the top of my billet thermostat housing. I got a connector, I believe it was like 1.25 thread pitch to an AN6. So I got that, ran. This one goes to the outside of the turbo, and then the inside one goes to the back of the rear coolant flange. It's probably going to be hard to see, but I have an AN6 line that runs all the way up. So the way I've looked at all the coolant diagrams on these cars is that coolant will enter through the thermostat housing and then go through the head and then exit the rear coolant flange and then go to the bottom of the radiator. No, wait. No, that goes to the top. Yeah, so it goes to the top. So that's how it all flows. So that's how it made sense in my head. If I do have that wrong, feel free to drop a comment and let me know. But I believe everything is set up. When I was driving the car, I did notice that the brakes weren't there as they were before. I do have padded yellow pads in the front, so they are pretty aggressive pads, and once they do warm up for a little bit, they do get pretty hard. But I did notice that the pedal was kind of squishy. I don't know if I have to bleed that again. I also have to fix these wires for the brake level. The light doesn't even come on, so it really doesn't matter, but I just want to fix it anyways. Yeah, so everything's looking good. Like I said, if you have any other questions or anything you suggest, I am open to anything really. We will play with hood fitment and all that. I'm really skeptical about the front and the oil cap, which is why I did take that top cover off. It was cracked anyways, so regardless, I'm gonna need a new one, or I'm gonna have someone make me like a billet one. So, I mean, this works for now. It's whatever. So, drop a like. Please subscribe. Thanks all for watching on the update. We'll get back once the car is all fabbed up.